Okay, so I'm gonna kind of speed run this. So basically, midi deal. I know I've been away for a minute, so but that's all gonna be discussed later. But midi deal with my friend is gonna be a little different. Hey, what's up, loser? I know he's watching. Secondly, I it's gonna be a little different because it's going to be no pre-established world. It's gonna be a world of my own creation. Secondly, uh, I took one note from a manhwa. But I do not remember that manhwa's name. Hold on, excuse me. And because of that, can't really give it credit. But it is one note. It will be established really early on. I would hope you can tell. But with that being said, I bid day adieu. But so the story's gonna start off on Naruto relaxing before the responsibilities and all of that are transferred onto him. He's waiting. There's about 2 or more days until his dream is complete, until he is the Hokage. So, as he's relaxing, as he realizes that being the Hokage isn't gonna be all that it's cracked up to be. It's gonna be a fun job, but the paperwork is gonna be a lot of paper. And he's kind of sitting there dreading it as he puts his hands over his head, sighing as he falls on the ground. As he rips his hand off his head, looking around, seeing if he can find anything. As he looks around and he's in a completely different place. He went from being in his living room on his couch, just relaxing, to in the middle of a street. And this isn't a street that he's familiar with. The buildings look taller. They have a lot of glass. They're made of this. They're made out of metal. As he's looking around, as he sees these buildings that reach up into the sky, that look like they're going into the clouds. As he's looking around, as he's confused, as all of a sudden these cars, well, he doesn't know they're cars, but I would hope you would, as these cars start swerving around him, as a bunch of honking. You just hear, I can't be loud, it's 3 a.m. You just hear a bunch of honking as a bunch of angry people in a weird accent that he's never heard before. But he knows he doesn't know this this language, but he can somehow understand it. And when he listens closely, he hears, "Hey, get off the road! I'm moving here." As he looks around, as he sees these, as he backs up, he backs up because he sees a bunch of, well, he doesn't know. They they look like moving. I don't even know what you would describe. Moving metal, just like this big brick of metal. As he backs up, as he continues moving, as no everywhere he looks, he he's trying to find somewhere that looks familiar, but he can't. As people begin to look at him, as they begin to look at the portal right above him, as they look right down at him, as everybody starts to scream and run, screaming, "Dungeon break! Dungeon break!" As everybody panicked, as all of a sudden those cars that were honking, trying to get to work, are the people are jumping out of their cars, running down the roads, trying to get away. As he's looking around, as he sees these weird letters, can't really understand them, but he looks closer, and it's as if something changes in his head. as he sees this flag with a bunch of stripes and a whole lot of stars. Yes, sir. We in America. But as he looks at the flag, he sees right under it, in a giant billboard, "Welcome to America." He's on a border state. I'm it's 3 a.m., guys. I'm not looking it up. I'm not looking it up. But as he's looking around, as he tries to think back to his knowledge, as he can't think of any nation or village or any small town that was named America. He just can't think of it. As he begins to think, as he's sitting on the sidewalk thinking, a bunch of cars pull up. As police officers pull up, as he reads their shirts, as it says, Pol- I don't know what the fuck. Yeah, we 6 minutes and I can curse. I don't know what the hell their North Dakota is, but I think that's a. Think that's no, that's that. You know, Miss. You know what? MPCP. No, 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 fuck. MPPD. Don't question what it stands for. Frankly, I don't know either. All right, we just. I don't even know if I'll remember. Okay, it's late. It's give a give a homie some slack. But as these people surround him in like open the as they get out of the car and they open the doors, as they point their guns and shout, "Get on the ground!" As Naruto looks at them, saying, "I didn't do anything wrong. What's the matter?" As he says, as they say, "Get on the ground or we shoot!" As he's like, "What are you guys talking about?" As he takes a step forward, as they say, "Take one more step and we'll fire." As he's like, as he steps backwards, as they just fucking start shooting. Sorry. As they start shooting on him, they look to see that it ain't it ain't do anything. As he looks, that can we talk about this peacefully, please? I don't want to resort to violence. As you see the police officer's face is just like darken. Was like, ah, fuck, we fucked. As Naruto takes a step forward, as he takes a step forward, what do I want to appear? Alright. As this blonde haired, blue eyed, fairly big built guy with around, with, who's around, from what Naruto can see, like 6 foot. He's a pretty tall guy. But he's very built like a cement truck. As he sees out of his eye a slight blur, as in a second, this big, like fucking tower of a man has his fist right about to connect with Naruto's face. As he does, Naruto puts his hands on the inside of his arm, batting it away as he looks over at the man. Can I help you? I'm trying to get this done peacefully. I don't want to have any altercations. As you, as the guy looks at him and says, "You can't fool us. You're a dungeon beast. You just came out of that dungeon. Like we would believe you're not." As as Naruto looks at him with like confused, like a very confused look. A dungeon beast? What is a dungeon beast? What? As he looks, are you talking about a tailed beast? No, I'm talking about a dungeon beast. Don't play dumb. You are one. You should know about them. As he looks at him and says, I'm a human the last time I checked. Flesh and blood. Uh, Born up, raised as a human, grew up. I don't know what else you want from me, man. I'm a human. I'm not a dungeon beast. Can't really help you out if you are are just gonna lie. You gotta be truthful. You consider helping me is proceeding to try and punch me in my face? Because the last time I checked, that's not too friendly. That's a greeting here. You wouldn't know that because you're a dungeon beast, but that's a greeting. As he says, I'm not a dungeon beast, I am a human, and punching somebody in the face is not a greeting. Oh, yes, it is. Yes, it is. As he tries to walk over to one of the guards. As the guards look at him with like a look in the police. Sorry, actually, it's sorry. The police officer looks at him with a look in his eyes, like, wait, wait, please. As he starts muttering, please, don't, please. As you just see this man get his shit rocked. As he says, see, it's a traditional greeting here in America. So, stand still. So, if it's a greeting, you do it back to each other, right? As he says, of course. As the look on his face kind of warps into one of a more demented smile. As you see Naruto. Yeah, we'll go there. As Naruto looks at him and says, hmm. Oh, I mean, it'd be rude to not. Okay, fine. As this dude smiles more, I want to preface this because Naruto's not an idiot. Alright, especially at this point, he's fucking Okage. He's a little bit dumb in part 1. Part 2, not so much. Part 3, definitely not. Alright, Boruto, definitely not. Okay, he's literally the Hokage. So, I want to preface this. He's like closing his eyes thinking, whoa, the dude is smirking. I want to preface this because otherwise it sounds like Naruto's looking at this man be like, yeah, as he's like smiling like a fucking psychopath. So, hence why this is going. That's how it is. He's closed his eyes. You don't like it? I don't care. So he's closing his eyes. Alright, as this dude, Naruto looks around, like closes his eyes, just waits, waiting. It's nothing. As all of a sudden, boom, as it hurt. It wasn't a slight tap, but like it staggered him. It staggered him a good bit. And by staggered, I mean he got punched into a wall. So like it did some damage, okay. And I want to clarify, he said full force. Alright. So the man, after doing that, is a little proud of himself. He proceeds to look it down at Naruto and say, looks like you won't be able to do what you wanted to. Looks like you won't be able to greet me back. That's a shame. As Naruto, pushing himself out of the wall, walks up. Oh no, I can. You hit pretty hard. Let's see if I can do better. As he winds his fist back for a punch, as he hits him one time right in the middle of his chest, as this man goes flying. He sends him through like, this is adult Naruto, meaning Naruto that punched through, like, destroyed part of the moon. Yeah, he sends him through like 3, 4 buildings, if not 5. Really, I'm leaning on the side of 4. As the man is hunched over one of the broken, like, there's a hole in the wall. As Naruto looks down to see the man just hunched over on the bottom of the hole with his back like arched in between both sides, so he's just floating. As Naruto's like, I I don't think he's gonna wake up from that one. Uh, as he walks over, as he picks the dude up, he walk, as he's trying to, now he proceeds to walk around. Is like, I need some, like, as he's shouting. I'm not shouting, guys. I know I kind of want to put more emotion into this. I can't like shout or any of this shit. I have family members sleeping. All right, so I he she's shouting, being like, "Hey, I need an ambulance! Somebody's dying!" All that, and he's basically going down the roads trying to find somebody. And believe it or not, people tend to not want to help bloody people, and one that they just saw climb out a gate. On top of that, and to proceed to knock somebody out. So, it feels like a hunter playing trap, like bait, like he's trying to get somebody closer to beat the shit out of. Well, like they're a little wary, but eventually this one person decides to help, and when they do, they come over. They call 911 as an ambulance proceeds to pull. Shit, who am I? Who am I? Who am I? What do I think this is? What country do I think I'm in? Sorry, I'm in America. My bad, my bad, my bad, my bad. And you can't say anything. I'm an American, so yeah, no, our ambulances suck. They take so long to get to places. Either way, basically, what ends up happening is he calls the hospital, be like, this man is knocked unconscious. He went through 3 walls and now he's unconscious. When I said 4, he went through 4 walls, as now he's unconscious, and we can't seem to wake him up. As the hospital gets called, yada yada, the whole song and dance. I'm not doing that. You're not a toddler. I don't think I have to explain it to you. So they go into there, they get the stuff done, and believe it or not, getting punched through 4 walls, as
a little stronger than human. He wasn't top tier of this world. I'll give you guys that. So, but he was a nice, in the terms of ranking, a nice B rank. Like, and as you get higher in the rankings, the gap in between strength gets higher. But he wasn't a weakling by far. He was stronger than almost everybody. But we'll get back into that. So basically, as we go like the hospital, because the suspiciousness of the fight, like the injuries, uh, they talk to Naruto, and well, Naruto, thinking he didn't really do anything wrong, he's like, well, yeah. So basically, explaining how the man was like, it's a customary greeting to sock each other in the face, I guess, more or less, punch each other in the jaw and full force. And well, I didn't know how strong he was, so I didn't do full force because I gotta hold back a little. Don't want to kill somebody. But he punched me, and I punched him back. And it wasn't even like a self defense or like a brutality trying to hurt him. He just said it was a thing, and like I would have to punch him back. As the cop looks at him, is like, I, I. The problem is not for you, for us, is that we can't really say you're wrong necessarily. Because one, we don't have any proof, and two, he is kind of on record, not from the person, but from witnesses, saying that he and like we've gotten notices about this. Like people have tipped us off about how he acts. So don't really have any choice but not to report you because we don't have anything on you. But I am obligated to do a test on you. As Naruto looks at him in a bit of confusion as he says, with the damages caused, that those are not ordinary human damages. And well, I looked up your file. For one, can't find you. The name you gave was Naruto Uzumaki, right? Yes. Uh, yeah, no. Uh, as he looks down at the papers that he had his friend, well, his coworkers print out, as he's like, yeah, you are not on file. And as he pulls up his computer, and you don't even exist for one. So I don't know how you are alive and a full grown adult without ever having a social security number, banking information, anything. That shouldn't even be possible. Literally. Either way, we'll get it. Hold on. First, as he checks his computer, as he scratches his head even more, is like, yep, nope, and you're not even on any facial recognition software. Uh, you don't exist. As Naruto looks at him like, man, your guess is as good as mine. We'll figure that out later. But you said a test? As he's like, because of the damages that you caused on the environment and the person, it leads me to believe that you are awakened. Therefore, we have to do a test to assess your powers. Therefore, we can put you in a bracket. As he looks at the fucking police officer and is like, what do you mean unawakened? And it's like, I was like, have you just been living under a rock for the past, I don't know, 30, 20 years? Because You don't know what an awakener is. You don't have a social security card, a banking information, a birth certificate, anything. You're like a ghost. So, like, can you want to go over this one more time? I don't want to hear it from you. But basically, how it works is if you're an awakener, you have special powers that allow you to do certain things. Some awakeners have certain abilities that are special to themselves, like unique abilities. But most have classes. These classes set into a certain range of things, but you can get unique classes. Those are unique classes have special abilities that are inaccessible to any other class. They're class specific moves and moves that are used for every class. Like for example, one of the most classic moves, or people call it skills. I play a lot of games. As the cop looks at him and says, "As it's called, what's the most common one? Is it jump or swim? I don't know. Either way, the most common is jump or swim. It allows you to swim further, faster, holding your breath longer. You're able to jumper allows you to jump high. Kind of, yeah. There's a, but they're the most common. Every Pretty much everybody has them. Doesn't mean you can't get more stronger ones. It's just a base skill. But yeah, point being. So everybody has certain skills, and depending on what, if you have a secret class, that usually bare minimum, I've there's almost never been I don't think there's actually been ever one recorded special class not being an A rank. So if you're in a special class at bare minimum, you'll be an A rank, unless you are the first, which is not a good idea. That's not a good reputation to have. It's like, either way, follow me, as Naruto just kind of has to do what he's told, because he kind of can't get out right now. Because he, believe it or not, for some reason, these handcuffs that they put on him just make him really weak. So even if he wanted to, he couldn't get out. So as they go, they get in, they proceed to put on these handcuffs. We'll take them off, my God. As Naruto feels his strength regaining, as he goes and he looks out at the training field, as he sees three uh, three dummies. One of them is a close range. One of them is mid range. One of them is long range. The first one is like about 3 feet away from him. Second one about 300, and 300 feet is not normally mid range, but for this power system it is. Okay, it's my world. Fuck off. Secondly, long range is about a mile. As the guy looks at him and says, "Choose which targets do you want to go for?" As Naruto's like, "I'll go for all of them." As three sets of each pop up, so 9 in total. As the pretty much examiner looks at him and says, "All right, now go all out. Go as strong as you can. No limits." As Naruto looks at him and says, "You sure?" As the dude chuckles, he says, "I've seen everything. There's no way you could surprise me." As Naruto's chakra begins to surge, which this man cannot see because, but you know, no, he can. As his chakra begins to surge to the point where this man, after he collects himself from laughing, looks at Naruto to say what he was going to, as his jaw drops as he literally sees aura emanating off this man. It's just it's just chakra. It's just chakra. But as this man, this god, but as Naruto proceeds to transform into his KGM mode, you don't have the truth seeking orbs. But as he transforms into the KCM mode, he grabs that hand, that Juby hand, as he creates that tailed beast bomb in it. As he throws it, well, actually, he creates. I said nine. Yeah, there's nine because there's three pairs of threes, so that's a nine. So as he creates nine hands, creating a Biju bomb, and within this Biju bomb, it explodes, destroying all of them. Uh, he proceeds to destroy a lot more than just that. He limits them as he says, "I I can't go all out. I will destroy every like this entire area. So we'll just go like mm, fuck. It's been a minute since power skilled Naruto. Adult Naruto doesn't really have that many feats. It's kind of based off of older Naruto. Whatever. Either way, we'll say 10%. Well, actually, we'll be nice. Say 15. I know he's not trying with that. Like he's just destroying like the small area around it. Naruto's insanely strong. If he can destroy the entire fucking little area, he can destroy the entire town. So it's not crazy to say he can control his chakra enough at this point in the story to be able to limit it down. Because I'd be a little concerned if he could. But basically, he can. He limits the explosion down to basically that as he looks at the examiner and says, I can only use really around. Sorry, yawned. I can only use around. Uh, shit. So, what score do I get? As he looks at him, as he proceeds to look down at a sheet, as he writes down, as Naruto sees his hand trace in this weird way, as you can understand this one, as he sees him write two plus marks for some reason. As he looks at him, says, "What rank am I?" As he's like, "Well, I'll have to talk to you about that later." Uh, as he says, "Come with me. Uh, I'll show you to this holding room. It's not a holding cell. You're free, but uh, I have to go grab somebody to talk to you." As he leads him to the room, as Naruto sits down on the bed, a little confused, as that is where we are going to leave it because one, I am tired, and two, I still have to put together this video and partially edit it because I am not going full depth. It is 4 a.m. I It's my day off. I work. I have a job. So yeah. With that being said, oh wait, no, I forgot. I cannot leave it off there. All right. So basically, I kind of lost the motivation for making videos. It's starting to come back, and so videos may be inconsistent coming out from now, but I will still try my hardest to post because I do enjoy making videos.
I just gotta stop making them for other people because I enjoy making videos, whatever type videos they may be. And if you ever have any suggestions on videos, suggest them in the comments, whether they be what ifs or a different type of video. With that being said, uh, life's been rough, as- so if you're ever going through a rough patch in your life, just know you can get through it. Life sucks, but you can always get through it. But with that being said, I will talk to you, lovely people, another night. I'm going to fucking sleep. Good night.